Okay, so welcome back to another episode of Zach Talk, or I should say, Talking with Zach. Since, again, like I said in a comment on my last, or in the description, I best say, I think, in my last video, somebody has already taken Zach Talk, and I don't want any copyright, so I'm gonna put a talk with Zach. Simple. Now, I've noticed nobody's been commenting on my videos, and it'd be really helpful for those who are watching to one, comment, and two, share my video as much as you can, because I want my voice to be heard. I don't want my voice to be another voice in the internet that nobody cares about. And I also have another favor. If anybody knows how to, add some graphics to a YouTube video, tell me, because I am like stuck on, I mean, all I have is a microphone and no webcam, and I know most people don't enjoy watching a black screen, hearing a voice out of nowhere come from. Two, another fact about this series is I mostly talk about video games. I don't always talk about video games, but it's sort of my thing. Three, the third useless fact on this, I always reply to top comments. Always. No matter what. Okay? Fourth useless fact. I almost repeated the third one. I always catch myself most of the time on those mistakes. But I've got something that I want to talk to you about. And like I said, it's going to be about a video game. I've noticed that a lot of people are talking about, Call of Duty and Halo or video game classics. They are not video game classics, but they are video games. In my point of view, this is opinion, video game classics are Mario, Sonic, The Legend of Zelda, but my friend has pointed out the original video game classic was Atari and like Pong. Yes, those are the classic video games. Those are the good video games where they never ran out. I mean, you could sit there and play for hours on Pong, and the game would never end. It's just an endless game. It's fun. It's really really fun. And I don't know why people are calling those war games classics. I mean, sure they're old, but just because they're old doesn't make them a classic. And don't get me wrong. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not talking as a fact when I say stuff like all this war game not being a classic. But yeah. And oh dang it. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a minute. But if you have this is gonna be a question for right now. Just leave in the comments. What is your favorite video game of all time? Period. I'm gonna go ahead and answer mine, and that is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I can never pronounce that. I used to call it Ocarina. I don't know why. It never fit the word. But just talking about my favorite video game, you can talk about yours on the comments, and you know, I'll read a good bit of them. But Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is on the Nintendo 64, which was released by Nintendo, of course, and it came in a cartridge that you plugged in and plugged into your TV, and pretty much you are a Kokiri named Link. Well, not really you're named. You get to pick your own name, but that's what the original video game is entitled to, Link. But you are Kokiri, which is these children that never age, that live in the woods and are guided by a gigantic spiritual tree that talks, called the Great Deku Tree. And you find out that Princess Zelda, yes, Legend of Zelda is Zelda is the princess. Princess Zelda and Hyrule are in danger, and you need to save them. So you go on this gigantic adventure. But it looks like I'm rounding off to 5 minutes, And I know I'm kind of boring and I bore a lot of you, but if you want, here's another question. If you want me to shorten or make my time longer, comment that. But from now on, since none of you are commenting, since none of you are commenting, I'm probably gonna let it long out. But oh gosh, video games have just evolved from instant, kids thinking colorful. I love it. It's so electronic. To poor graphics. I don't want to play it. Let's kill some people. I don't like that. I really do not like how children are not happy about simple graphics. To me, I'm okay with 8-bit. 8-bit to me is impressive. How they can take little squares to create a big picture. Yeah, I like that. People have evolved from people that never had electricity, never even heard of circuitry or light. They never heard of electricity until electricity was discovered by the kite and all. But you know what I'm talking about with the key on the kite. And now we are so picky on our electronics. I mean, I've realized something. We work hard, and yet we want more and more and more from the people who work hard to give you what you have today. And kids just want and want and want and want and want. And I admit, I have been one of those kids that just want and want and want and want and want. But I admit that I am really going to stop that. Because I don't really think it's okay for children to just go yelling, I want this and I want that and give me this or I'm going to cry and you're going to look bad in public. That's not cool. Well, I think I'm going to end off this video right here on the third question. And yes, I'm probably going to do 3 questions a day. The third and final question. Make a timeline 1 through 5, 1 being the oldest child, like the oldest generation of children, to the newer generation of children, and show me your opinion on how children have changed. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So, I want to say this has been a talk with Zach, and I know you can't see it, but I'm saluting, because that's going to be my thing, saluting. Salute, goodbye. I salute to my captain, which is the people who are making me famous on YouTube. But goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe, probably. Bye.